And welcome everybody to Locked On Lads TV. I am Peter Wilkinson and I am here for another night of ANZCAR Thunder, as you can see. Live from Michigan this week. So let me just quickly get myself out of my own head. And then we can go and talk about stuff. I've got audio working this week. We didn't have it working on Sunday night. But we are working tonight. As I said, we are live from Michigan tonight for the 10th round, I believe, of ANZCAR. I'm just trying to get the scores up now so we can go through the whole series championship because it's all on the line right now. Yes, we are into round 10 of all the rounds to be in. Just trying to go through and get this championship ladder up. Hamish Gallagher seems to be leading the championship. Andrew Dyson coming second, 14 points further back. 14 points, equal second currently, Ryan Jones and Andrew Dyson. Josh Micklemore is also equal second. We have a three-way tie for second as we come into round number 10. There's tonight, there's next week, and then the week after, and we are done. This series has got so much to offer for a finale. We're 32 points off the lead is Ruben Phelps. Matthew Raymond having a stellar season once again, being... Ruben Phelps is 32 points further back from second. 46 points off the lead. 60 points off the lead is Matthew Raymond. Norman Clark doing a great job in 46 points off the lead. 64 points off the lead. 65 points off the lead is Stevie Dub. And then we got Brad Fenley. I think I'm doing it wrong again. I just got to read that message again to whether it's Finlay or Fenley. I keep on stuffing it up. My brain is not with it tonight. I'm going to turn off my audio. Oh, that's turn off Wi-Fi. I don't want to do that. Turn off audio. So my phone doesn't make a noise, but it's so close. 65 points covers the top 9. 75 points covers the top 10 with Neil in there. Tom Neal in there at 10. So it is absolutely so close here at the top. Equal second. Three-way tie for equal second. That is nuts. Absolutely nuts. So yes, I cannot wait. It's definitely not Finlay. So that's what I've just read up. So let's get into it. You have got me tonight because honestly, I just haven't had a chance to chase anyone up tonight. I have not stopped all day. Today was going to have some really cool things happening in the background. I was going to set everything up so there was some replays were going to be better and everything was going to have. I sat down to do it and then life just got in the way. As you can see, the flag is flown for the end of practice. We are ready to go qualifying. This is all going to happen tonight. Oh, so much expected. If you're out there in chat, like I said, like you can see in the description, we are doing it for lockedonlads.com/charity. Cure cancer. We are saying F you to cancer and we are trying to help raise funds for cure cancer. So this is mainly around the fact that we're doing the Spa 24 hour on the weekend. 24 hours we are racing around Spa. And yes, it's going to be amazing. And no, we are not going to win the race, but we are going to have a bloody good time trying to have a crack at it. We do not have... for some reason, we do not have overlays. Trading paints working. It's on. No, it's not on. There you go. That's why. Lucky we get to fix that now. I saw some cars before with trading paints on, so that's strange. Let's get the app running. But yeah, like I said, if you head over to lockedonlads.com/charity, you can get the link there to donate. But we are starting it tonight. Tonight, as Ryan Jones goes across the start-finish line to start his first flying lap. He is running around just under 300 kilometres an hour around the bend. You can see his tail just getting out just ever so slightly around turn 2, exiting a turn 2 there of Michigan as he comes down the straight, getting 310 kilometres an hour. I'm assuming I've got that set up. As he goes into the exit of 4, he goes up high and comes around to just past that quick start area, and he gets a time of a 39.1. Not too bad a time from young Ryan Jones. Why is Trading Paint still being silly? Apologies, everyone. Just trying to get things sorted out. This is the new PC, by the way. Welcome to the new PC. Let's have a look at what Josh Micklemore's doing. There's Trading Paints right up there. Right in the way of everything. I need to hide something so I can move it, but that's okay. We'll be fine. We'll get it sorted in just a moment. But yeah, so Josh Micklemore comes around. Look at this top 10. Ryan Jones has taken it. I was on the right person. Norman Clark currently sitting second. Matty Hunter in third. Good job there. Brenton Henderson. There you go. Another name. Fourth. As we see the cool down there from Josh Micklemore, who goes to the top of the table. I'm following the right people tonight. Stevie Dub in that two-way championship, three-way championship second place position at the moment. Doing a great job, or was he just off? I can't remember. But Michael Skurlock's out here. Let's have a look where he's going. He's going high. Absolutely high. I love it. Going to get around and come on to the checkered flag. He is on his 0 lap, so this is not a lap that counts. Here he goes, nice and high into turn 1. Brings it down low. He's not even mid track, and then exit out. You see the car just flick around a little bit at the end. That's fine. Gets the run down on the back straight here out of 2. Doing a great job. Micklemore still holds the lead here. Barely over Jones. Gallagher's cut up into 3rd here. Stevie Dubs in 4th. Clark's dropped down to 5th. But Michael Skurlock staying high around turn 4. He's going to come up close to that wall and then get the run down off the hill. Get that extra little bit of speed as he comes across the start-finish line. And he gets a 39.4. Won't be good enough to go to the top of the table. In fact, it sits him at 9th as he goes around for another lap. But all to gain in this second lap. He's got 30 seconds to do this. He gets a little high, almost gets the wall there. Great job. Jaden Russell drops into 2nd there. Good job from him. Skirley's got enough time here. He comes in nice and low, hugs the bottom of the track there. Coming out of turn 4, he's going to go high. He's got all the acceleration. He comes back down low, cuts much of the course off as he can, and he puts a 39.1 on the board, just quicker than Jaden Russell, just slower than Josh Micklemore. Great effort as we finish qualifying right there and then. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight for the ANZCAR Thunder. 22 cars have taken the grid and we are ready to go. Let's have a look at grid cam. See what we can get. Let's get Hamish on here. Let's go grid cam. Look at them all line up there. All these cars with Michigan in the background. We've got the tents back there. It's looking great. Great. Jaden Russell's there. You can see him as Ryan Jones comes in with his Skittles car. Let's run through that grid as we get ready to go live in racing. So Josh Micklemore did end up taking the pole position there. Michael Skurlock is in 2nd. Jaden Russell 3rd. Ryan Jones sitting back in 4th. Hamish Gallagher in 5th. Stevie Dub 6th. Norman Clark in 7th. Matty Hunter in 8th. Brenton Henderson in 9th. Luke Georgians in 10th. Nigel Patton in 11th. Stevie Hoppett in 12th. Brad Fenley in 13th. Wesley Closey in 14th. Tristan Cock in 15th. Ruben Phelps in 16th. Matty Raymond, as he always done, in 17th. Michael Schroeder in 18th. Billy Hickey in 19th. Maxi Marshall, an odd name I've seen actually I haven't seen. So congratulations in 20th. Noddy Tompkins doing a great job the other night on Sunday night in the Australasian Supercars E-Series. Well done on his finish there, but 21st tonight. And Brett Campbell rounds out this grid of 22 cars as we're into round 10 of the ANZCAR Thunder Series with everything to play for. The championship is very much up for grabs. Hamish is in the box seat, but anything can happen with 3 rounds to go, especially the man who's not here tonight. So that's going to hurt his standings. Andrew Dyson is not here tonight. He has the road course specialist last round, but he will not help him because he's out tonight. So that is unfortunate because we have got all the drop rounds as far as I'm aware. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. But we have got drop rounds are done at this stage. They're all sorted out. So we have got a current standings. Everyone has to run through to the end of the season now to make it all happen. As we see Josh Micklemore leading this crew out of the pit lane. Skirley goes up high to take his position outside him as these guys do one parade lap and then they'll be good to go. Like I said, lockedonlads.com/charity. We're raising money for Cure Cancer. I have not had a chance to promote it. Apologies. Let me know how the stream looks out there and sounds out there. We had some issues on Sunday night with some audio. Let me know if the audio is horrible. Let me know if there's nothing at all. Message me privately if there's nothing at all going on. Hopefully it's all sorted. But the new PC looks good, I believe anyway, and smooth as silk. Still saying caution, so the flag is not quite. Flags are playing up a little bit tonight, but we'll sort that out later. Tell me about the audio. Can you hear everything okay? Looks like my audio's seeing okay. We are coming around turn 3. We're about to head into turn 4. And the pace car will drop away. They'll have their restart zone at Michigan. And Josh will get to decide when he jumps, which I can't wait to see. Here we go. Josh has control of the field. Jaden Russell sitting patiently behind him. Hamish Gallagher behind him as well. Let's go. They're in the zone and he jumps. Skirley gets a really good jump with him. Ryan Jones is pushing him along. Thanks, Trev. You're a legend. But that bottom line just gets the run. Ryan Jones decides to pull down to the inside line, leaving Stevie Dubb and Michael Skurlock up high. But Josh Micklemore gets a great start. Jaden Russell's going to push down the inside of him here, though, and might get this low line working. Ryan Jones is desperate to make this happen. He has Hamish Gallagher in front of him, but Josh comes down in front of both. He's trying to control both lines as they come in to turn 3-4 for the first time under aggression with that green flag up. 1 of 75, just about done. Skirley getting a bit high there, but looking good nonetheless. Nice little line of traffic there. Back of the pack looks pretty well behaved as well. The front of the pack's doing some very good speed right now. Upwards of 280 as they come around the corner. Michael Skurlock's just not wanting to go down or not getting a chance to go into the single file. But Josh Micklemore is doing a great job of holding him at bay, not letting him get past. Not letting either of these guys get past as they come around again for the second time. Turn 3-4. These guys are making it look easy. Jaden Russell slots up inside of Hamish Gallagher there. They are now single file all the way through. Now, who can look after their tyres and fuel the best? What will happen with cautions? Who knows? We've got so much to come in this race. As let's go a little bit of a different. Let's see what cameras we've got tonight. Good old cameras. We're on the nose here. We want to go back to the gearbox, though. Let's have a look from the back. Let's see who we've got. Driver on focus, Josh Micklemore, looking back at Michael Skurlock with his ever-present smiley face helmet there, ready to go, staring at us. Doing a great job. You can see the back there, too wide at a few places, but otherwise fairly well behaved. But these crew are going pretty good. Let's have a look at the chopper. The chopper as Skirley tries to line up Josh to try and go one way or the other. But good to see Skirley back up the front here. He hasn't been doing up the front for a while, but it's great to see him back as we go back to this beautiful long line of Thunder cars, Xfinity cars in the Thunder series, I should say. But it is single file the whole way through the field. There is not much change in position. Everyone seems to be doing their best to stay where they are. Although I don't think I've got that up on my timing board for some reason. That is interesting. But doesn't matter. We see Michael Skurlock make that move for the lead that he was sizing up before. And he gets it done. He's got Josh down the inside there. Great job. Josh has now got Jaden Russell to worry about in his mirrors. Hamish Gallagher just sitting back there. We've got go a bit further back down the field there. That is Tristan Cock coming down the inside there of Ruben Phelps and Stevie Hoppett and trying to make it stick. Tristan goes high there. And that's a new livery for Tristan. I haven't seen that one before. Looking good. These guys too wide. Tristan just holds back. Oh no, that's Tristan on the outside. That's Stevie Hoppett we're looking at there. That's the one. That's why it's a different livery, because it's a different driver. But Stevie sits into position. Was doing a great job trying to get around him, but just folds back into position. As we go back up the front here, Michael Skurlock's putting on a lead of about 0.4 seconds on Josh Micklemore and Jaden Russell and Hamish Gallagher and then Ryan Jones. As we come around for the 6th lap here, these guys are doing a great job. You can see just slightly different lines in and out. We'll see how Skirley goes. This almost half a second lead now if we can hold on to his tyres. Look at them go too wide though, back down the field there. Matty Hunter is part of this crew. So you've got Nigel Patton, Luke Georgeson, Matty Hunter, Tristan Cock and Stevie Hoppett all too wide. Brad's even getting in the back there as well. Ruben Phelps drops down the behind this behind Stevie Hoppett. They're going 2 to 3 wide here if they go into this corner as hard as they're looking like they're going to. Ruben Phelps you can see very low with Brad in behind him, and that's Noddy as well back there as well. These guys taking extremely different lines. That's got to be hurting both tyres and speed at this point of the race. Although Ruben Phelps is doing the same times as what the front of the field is doing. Just keep an eye on the front. Michael Skurlock is still doing about half a second lead on the field right now. But this is fascinating. Stevie Hoppett dropping into line there, going high now. Ruben getting low. These guys are really... Oh, Stevie gets wobbly there. He's going to check up one of the... who is that? That is Noddy. Just checked up Noddy a bit, but he's got past. Stevie Hoppett's dropped back in the field there with that little bit of a wobble. But yes, well done all. No, nothing happened there. Michael Skurlock is got something going wrong here. He is dropping back for the field. He's got damage on the car. I missed that. Apologies. Let's quickly go back and see if we can get an instant replay. Find out exactly what happened to that one. Hopefully nothing else happens here, but I'd say he's gone a little bit high into the wall and lost. He's already got it at this stage. So let's go back a little bit. We'll get back to live action in just a moment. Yep, there it is. He just gets a little too high. Chopper, play, and just gets a bit high out of that exit and takes a big hit of the wall. Obviously not the way you want to go, but let's go back live. He has stopped the waybacks and he's gone into the pits now. I'd say that car is damaged way more than it should be to race well. So he is the first one in the pits tonight and could be the first one exiting the race. Although, no, yes he is. He's just pulled out of the server. Unfortunately, Michael Skurlock is a casualty at lap 9 of 75 after doing a great job getting out in front. But while we looked at a bit of fun down the back of the field, he has hit a wall and is out of the race. Unfortunately, I have someone hanging around. I've got one, Carl Wilkinson Wizzy. How are you, mate?
I am good, thanks, Wilco. Pleasure to be here. Good to jump into this fascinating race so far. Unfortunate to see Skurlock taking that big bite out of the wall early on. He had some really good speed and sad to see him drop out of the race too quickly.
What I'm hearing from you is that my solo commentary is not very good and you wanted to come in and make it better.
Not at all. I thought you were a little bit lonely up here, and I thought I would crawl out of bed and jump up for you
Don't
and say
have to
hello.
do this. But anyway, Maxi Marshall is making some moves at the back of the field here in the beautiful colours. I love this colour. It reminds me of Days of Thunder livery back in the day.
Yeah, the Joker livery, of course.
Yes.
Absolutely fantastic stuff, and it has got that sort of that early 2000s, late 90s style NASCAR livery to it. It has that really cool look on there, which is always nice to see. I like those slightly more classic styles on the cars.
Yes, as we see just in front of him, Billy Hickey, Noddy Tompkins, and Matty Raymond all um, making proudly. What's the team name? I keep on getting them wrong.
SRM. So yeah.
There you go. Look, proudly showing off the paint of SRM the way it should be, nose to tail all the way through, although they'd like to be a little bit further up the field, but they're doing a great job. Now, Carl, I know you don't want to talk too much, so just butt in when I've talked too much, but I just want to get, as Matty Hunter goes backwards through the field a little bit at the moment, I just want to get your thoughts on the current state of the championship with a three-way tie for second. It is currently no more drop rounds, right?
Yeah, drop rounds have finished, so it is standing as it is. Matty Hunter going into turn one, that's why he's dropping down the field at a rapid rate. Just did not turn in early enough. He just turned in a little bit late on the entry and caught a big bit of the wall on the outside, and that has really damaged the front end. And he's got a gaggle of SRM cars behind him of Tompkins, Raymond, and I think Bill Hickey as well. But championship-wise, it is super close up the top. Obviously, Gallagher is a favourite, and you know he would be a bit of a madman to bet against Hamish Gallagher in the Xfinity car, because he is just the master of this vehicle. Him and that Supra have been an absolutely unstoppable group at the moment. But Ryan Jones is going to fight tooth and nail. The fact that there is only a 14 points gap in between Dyson, Jones, and Micklemore. All of them are only 14 points behind Gallagher at the moment. You know, if Gallagher has a bad night, if he has a big crash, he could easily lose this championship still. And somebody like Ryan Jones, Josh Micklemore could really pounce on that one. So watch out for them. And Jones is going to be absolutely looking to get this victory as well. He's going to want to try and get this championship.
He definitely is. As I try and give Carl something to look at, I just realised I'm on the computer and I have not set up virtual cam. So that is a problem, but that's okay. We'll get there. I've just noticed as you just quickly saw me flick, Hamish Gallagher's gone really high there, but that's okay. We've lost Michael Schroeder from the race. He's come in that had damage right down the wall side of the car. Stevie Hoppett is going 3 laps down right now. Michigan has claimed him as well with some damage down that side of the car as well. So 3 cars have now currently got damage that have either put them into the pits or have actually pulled them out of the race. So that is a shame, but it is interesting. Actually, Stevie Hopper's just hopped out of the server as well. So we are down to 19 as we see this front crew coming along. Hamish, as you said, in the box seat, but anything can happen, and we know it usually does. In the Thunder series, so yes, lots of stuff to play.
Yeah, definitely something to keep your eyes on. Michael Schroeder had a lot of damage on the front of that car and took another big lump out the wall, unfortunately. So that was the end of his night. I didn't actually see what happened to Steve Hoppett, and I can see if I can catch what happened to him. See if there's anything that I can see that happened to his car. I think again he's been claimed by the by turn one possibly, but we'll see if I can actually catch what's happened to that. No, he's been caught out in turn one and then had a big accident in turn 3 as well, so that's caught him. But up at the front it is Micklemore, Russell and Gallagher, and Russell is putting the pressure on Micklemore.
Yeah, you can see him getting right up in behind him, isn't he? If wasn't trying to fix my ATVO, for some reason it's not saving. Oh, there we go, save. That's what I want to press, save.
You see, you just got to get that save button right.
But apparently it still doesn't fix it up. I've got to close it and start it down again. Okay, we don't have position gains. I can do it some other way. But I want to get on board with the only Jaden Russell, but I'm on with Micklemore. There we go. look at him. They're running slightly different lines here, in and out of the corner. Jaden's just gonna sit behind him. I want to see if he just makes this move. He gets high here. He's gonna go overlapping on the outside. I assume he's going to try and cut down at some stage, Carl, or is he's just trying to get the run out, get the higher line, get the run onto the straight a little bit quicker than what Josh does by going a little bit lower?
Yeah, he's just trying to get that run onto the back straight here at Michigan. It's similar to Texas in its layout, Michigan. So it's a sort of it's not really the only straight is the back straight. So the front is slightly curved all the way around. It's pretty much a long corner. So what J. Russ might be doing here is trying to get that high exit, trying to get a little bit more exit speed, and then try and dip down to the inside on that back straight. Meanwhile, we've got a free wide at the back between Ruben Phelps, Luke Georgeson, and Brenton Hobson. Sorry, Brenton Henderson as well. Sorry, too many H's in the series at the moment. But free wide at the moment, Henderson, and is having a good run there. But it's Phelps who's come out on top in that little battle. He's managed to hold that high line and get the move done. Georgeson is all over the back of Henderson at the moment, trying to apply the pressure, but get a little bit squiggly as they come off of turn 3, and that is one of the problem corners. You just got to be careful of turn 3. You've also got to be careful of turn 1 as well, coming up here. The turn-in is where most drivers will get caught out as they want to go high into the turn-in. The low line tends to be a little bit rough to run. It tends to overheat the tyres a little bit, so watch out for Georgeson running up high here, which he does. And that's the issue, is you start to scrub the tyres a little bit, taking that low entry into turn 1 and through 2. You overheat the tyres a little bit and then wash up the track. And I think Georgeson might be struggling a little bit later in the stint, and he'll be struggling with the car just being able to hold that low line constantly. And on the exit is going to be where he's going to be struggling the most.
Okay, can you teach me something, Carl? Brad Fenley? Is that right?
You're got the wrong person to ask about surnames.
He said that you got it right the first time you ever said it.
I always say Fenley, so I always say Fenley. Jaden Russell, meanwhile, has made
this
set and is making the move right now. Beautiful exit out of 2 into turn 3. Gets low line, gets underneath Josh Micklemore there, forces him up on the high line, and that means he's going to lose a little bit of speed. He's going to get a nice run out of turn 4 here, gets the run across the overly front straight section, gets the run down the inside, and that's going to force Jaden Russell on the high line. But we know that's the preferred line here at Michigan. Micklemore's going to have to go slightly slower through the corner, right on that very low side. Russell will get better run off the corner here, and he should just about edge out in front of Micklemore as they get up towards turn 3. Will he get the nose ahead? Not quite.
No, not quite.
Underneath him. This is going to be good news for Micklemore through turns 3 and 4. Russell's going to be on that
great news for Hamish Gallagher too. These guys fighting, trying to hold the grip, rubbing their tyres out is music to Hamish Gallagher's ears.
It is indeed, and Gallagher's just going to sit there and just watch this fight go on and look behind him as well. Ryan Jones is just holding it back a little bit. He's just eased off a little bit, and he's letting this fight happen at the front, watching these guys fight at the front. And if Russell and Micklemore make contact here, could easily take Gallagher out, and that's his 2 championship rivals out of the race.
I want to give you a quick stat though before they cross the finish line again. 41.41, 41.146, 41.130 the last 2 laps for lap for Josh Micklemore, Jaden Russell. 41.04 for Ryan Jones. He is going faster than the Z2 up front because they're battling.
Yeah, he will start closing in, but I think he's going to just try and keep a little bit of gap here, just in case there's a little bit of, just in case something happens. I think that's what he's keeping an eye on. But it is Ryan Jones. We do know he likes to have a bit of a battle. So Ryan
Jones playing the patient game. What are you talking about, Carl? You really are on some good meds. I want some.
I know it's a rare thing to see Ryan Jones. We have seen Ryan drive differently this season. He is thinking about that championship now.
These two just going too wide the whole way around. No one wants to give. Music to everyone else's ears right now. You'd think someone would yield just to try and conserve something. You see Hamish getting up there behind Jaden Russell trying to that's the line he's taking. But then he goes down below. Micklemore, this is fascinating. What are these guys going to do? 26 laps into 75. I haven't had a chance to do laps around this place, but I'm assuming, we're seeing Matty Hunter going really slow at the back. He's coming to
Yeah,
pits.
he's in the pit lane. He's just coming into pit lane right now. He's going to serve his pit stop and get some repairs done. But look at Gallagher. He is taking that much higher line. He's a little bit more comfortable running that high line, and then he's able to switch on the low line as well. And of course, teammates working together right now. Gallagher just running up right underneath Micklemore's, right underneath the spoiler of Micklemore there, and just trying to help his teammate a little bit, give him a little bit of a push almost. But they are absolutely tooth and nail. And they've been side by side for what, 3 or 4 laps now. Well, maybe more than that, 5 or 6 laps. It's been absolutely constant, this battle, and it's been Russell Micklemore leading these laps. You know, they're sort of trading laps led at the moment. But this is not going to be healthy for their tyres in the long run, especially if we get a big long green stint, which we seem to be having at the moment.
Have a look back in the pack here. 6th and 7th. I like it. Nigel Patton, Norman Clark. Doing a great job in the top 10. Really, really good effort, these guys up. Oh, we know Norman Clark's got the speed. He's got, I won't say experience, but he's got the experience. But he's doing as in front of him, Stevie Dubb gets very close. Did he hit that wall?
No, he just skimmed it.
It's going to give Norman a run, though. Norman's going to get past him here. Norman's got some good tyres on him.
Yeah. Watch out for Storm and Norman later in this race. Come off a 3rd position in at a road track recently. I think in the trucks. A top 3 finish. So he had a really good run at Road America, I think it was.
I just keep on going. I keep on looking up. There's 1,000th of a second between these two at the front. It's ridiculous. And as Trev gets into chat, says yes, it's got to be hurting the 31 tyres, which is Josh there, because he is taking the lower line. So he's obviously putting a lot more effort in to stay low. But both of them, you're just not doing the preferred line, and that means you are burning tyres, which is something you got to be careful of. In Thunder, it all makes a difference. You can see Josh just getting in front here, Jaden just pulling down behind. The first change we've seen in those two for, I reckon, about 7 or 8 laps there.
Yeah, it's been a while since they've sort of slotted into position and not been running side by side. One thing it will do, though, is Micklemore just gets a big slide on the exit there. Those rear tyres, I reckon, have got some heat through them now. Track temperature is 36 degrees as well, so it is a warm day here at Michigan International Speedway, and that's going to really hurt the right rear tyre. That's going to be getting quite hot at the moment, and also the right front will be struggling as well. That will have taken some serious wear, especially running those low lines, and it's cost him. But meanwhile, Norman Clark is making a move on Ryan Jones. So Norman Clark has been saving. And now 09 is absolutely charging his way through the field. And Storm and Norman living up to the name. And he is storming his way through the field in the Natari car.
Yes, that's a great job from him. I want to go see positions gained top 20 show. Ruben Phelps has got the most gained positions. Norman Clark's
Matty Ray. Matty Ray's got 7. Just jumping back to Tristan Koch, Brad Fenley at the moment, and they've got Matty Hunter, who's just come out of pit lane.
3 wide.
3 wide at the moment. Big battle between Fenley and Koch at the moment, so those two are early going at it. And
do see Matty Hunter do a few weird things with tyre strategy throughout. If anyone's going to try and make it a 2-stopper, it's Matty Hunter. So it's interesting to see him out there. He is a lap down. He only spent 14.4 seconds on the pit box. But you can see there he's going faster than everyone else around him right now.
Well, you can also see that the difference of fresh tyres. Matty Hunter's got some serious damage on the front of that car. He's not as fast as the leaders, but he is a good couple of tenths faster than most of the cars in the field. He's setting 41.2s. The leaders are still in the 40 point. Well, last time round, Josh Micklemore was a 40.9. So very nice
time, actually. I just saw that pop up. So Matty Hunter's just done a 40.5. the leaders are about a second and a half off. That's the drop we've seen so far. 33 laps in out of 75. Who was that? That was Noddy? Someone? No? One of the...
Ooh. Big hit at the wall there for Tompkins. Taking a big bite out of turn 2 there for Tompkins, I think it was. Turn 2, or was it? Where were we?
Matty Hunter just making Matty Ray look like he is in a different league at the moment, just with these new tyres. So I don't think it's the strategy to winning the race, but it's definitely, you do stuff different to people around you, and sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. 34 laps into a 75 lap race, we are green all this way. We are going to have to start seeing cars coming in probably in the next 3 or 4 laps, I reckon, for green stops, because
it depends on fuel mileage, really. I think they're going to try and go as long as possible. That was about Brenton Henderson taking a big bite out of the wall, just on the camera then. It was Henderson in the 81 taking the bite out the wall. I think they're going to try and go as long as they can, just in case that caution flag flies, because they don't want to really pit under green. We're 35 laps in at the moment. We've got 40 laps remaining, so they're going to at least go another 5 laps if they can, just to make it sort of that nice halfway point.
Yep.
So we might see a few people coming down pit lane. Try and take
so if anyone wants to do a sort of undercut, if they believe that we're going to go green the whole way, or at least a fair chunk of the way, maybe get in now, get a few laps under with pace, and overtake some people on the track. Then if there is a yellow, they've got track position. So that's what we're looking at the moment. As we see Brad Fenley going a little bit low there. We've got Maxi Marshall in the background of that beautiful car. Just trying to... as we see, that's Brenton Henderson again going a little bit high there, almost into the wall.
Big battle going on between Fenley and Hickey at the moment. Hickey really running Fenley close, and he's running Maxi Marshall close as well. So these guys are absolutely going for it down in 13th, 14th and 15th position. I think Marshall's been quite smart with the tyres, and he's sort of kept it a little bit... He's got a little bit more pace maybe in that car to come. Fenley's doing a nice job in the worst tasting beer of all time delivery. Not any bias there towards that certain brand, but he's doing a nice job there. He's got some speed in the car, but he's sort of got to work his way through. Henderson, I think, is easing off right now. He's letting them through. I wonder if Henderson's going to come into pit lane in the next lap or two.
He is significantly going slower than the cars around him. But yeah, he needs to get down low if he is going to, and that he's got to let these guys pass if he is going to do that.
I reckon we might see him come into pit lane next lap.
Trev Micklemore's given us the call, and I think he's spot on. And this is what I would do. He said Hamish will be the first one to pit out of the front 3. And like I said, that'll give him that little bit of extra speed a little bit early, and try and put himself in position that if there is a yellow, which we know when there's green flag stops, we've got cars on fresh rubbers, cars not on fresh rubber, things happen. And fast cars coming through slow cars, things happen. It's a good time to be doing that.
Well, we've got Nigel Patton coming into pit lane, so he's the first of the top 10 to come into pit lane. I reckon Hamish is going to stick out there for an extra couple of laps.
Billy Hickey's on the way in, Tristan Cox on the way in. So these back guys are making the call right now. Let's see who decides to do what, and who's going to do a quick stop and not a quick stop. Brett Campbell's in. No, he's not. There's 3 cars on pit lane right now. So
big run just towards the mid part. Norman Clark having Stevie Dubb make a big run on him at the moment. Stevie Dubb getting a great run now on the inside. Stevie Dubb just sitting off a little bit. He was he had that big moment earlier in the race, but he's got a beautiful run now and gets a nice pass, as well as Ryan Jones in the Gummies Skittle car, the number 11. Gets a nice run down underneath Clark at the moment. Wouldn't surprise me to see Norman Clark coming in very shortly as well. He might come in try that little bit of an undercut on people. I wonder if we'll see Gallagher just stick it out a little bit longer than the rest, because he's sort of been sitting behind these couple of cars for a few more laps, and so he'll have a couple.
Theoretically, he's got better tyres and better fuel.
Yeah, he'll have a sniff more fuel and
Phelps
maybe
is in.
slightly better tyres.
And who's that behind him slowing down? I can see it. Maxi Marshall's coming in.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. I'm happy to go to your judgment on that one. So of the pit stops so far, 40 seconds is around about what the transit time is in and out. 14 seconds on the 16 seconds on the actual pit box as Maxi locks it up going in. I see Jaden Russell is in, the first of the front three to blink, and in he comes. Let's see how he goes. Interested to see where... So Matty Hunter's the front runner of those cars that have pitted so far. Ruben Phelps actually might just be coming out. No, Matty Hunter goes in front of him, so you can see how much that undercut has worked for him. As Matty Ray has come in and Luke Georgeson has come in as well.
It's despite some serious front damage as well on Matty Hunter. So he has got some bad front end damage. So he's losing a little bit of speed. I think Micklemore's coming in this time round, and Gallagher's going to stick it out there one more lap. I like to say I called it.
You did call it. I like it. Ryan Jones in behind. Norman Clark in behind.
Stevie Dubb's sticking it out there as well. So Stevie Dubb's keeping it out there a little bit longer.
Let's see where Jaden Russell comes out.
He's just behind Gallagher. So he's just going to come out right behind Hamish Gallagher. So he got into pit lane just ahead of Gallagher.
Gallagher and Dubb.
Yeah. And he's going to just get those tyres up to speed.
3 seconds ahead of Nigel Patton, who is the next car who has stopped.
Hamish will be coming in now, I reckon, because he's got a lot of traffic in front of him.
Right in now.
So
there he goes.
We got coming in? Yes, we do. So that's everybody in pit lane.
All green flag stops. Well done, team. Well done. Good job. It's a great night's racing so far, Hamish.
Watch out for it. It's Josh Micklemore. He's coming out right next to
Jaden Russell's got him.
Jaden Russell. Russell had
Ryan Jones
bit of a wiggle.
Has also closed that gap on Micklemore.
Yeah, Jones had a beautiful stop. He was very quick through pit lane. Ryan Jones transit time of 38.8 seconds, so he gained a couple of seconds through pit lane. Absolutely beautiful stop, beautiful pit lane run for Ryan Jones. Just timed that.
Hamish spins it up on exit. That's gonna hurt as he comes out. Did Stevie Dubb come out ahead of him?
I believe he did, yeah.
Dubb cleared him by a long way. Yeah, Hamish has had 44.8 seconds transit time. We were talking there before. 40 seconds was a good one. He's lost 5 seconds in the pit somewhere, and it's in entry or exit.
So Hamish locked it up getting into his pit stall, and he's overshot, and that's where he's lost that time. So Hamish has lost time in pit lane.
And there you go. That makes the championship even more fascinating as we see Jaden Russell here behind the Camaro of, I don't even know who that car is, the 015. It's Brett Campbell, of course. But Jaden Russell has a nice little lead now with Josh Micklemore just... Actually, I don't even know what happened to Josh Micklemore. Jaden Russell even had an extra 2 seconds in the pit. It was that undercut.
Yeah, look, it was purely coming in that lap so earlier. That's that big gain. But staying out there that little bit longer means you've got better tyres for the latter stages. So it does come back to you a little bit. We'll get this
back at some stage, you would think. Hamish Gallagher making a charge through the field. We said he came out in 8th. He's now got past both Ruben Phelps and Norman Clark. Next on his watch list is Nigel Patton. He has fresh tyres and everyone around him, so that's going to be very interesting to see. Ryan Jones is the man to watch right now. You can see him just behind Josh Micklemore. He's got fresh tyres. He's on 3rd lap of his stint. Matty Hunter's on 20, so that's just a bit of a show of how different they are run.
I tell you who I would look out for, possibly top 5, at least top 3 maybe, is going to be Stevie Dubb. He's got some very fresh tyres. He's got some good speed, and we saw towards the latter stages of that stint, he just was able to keep those tyres alive. So Stevie Dubb is in a good position at the moment, but he is going to have to try and keep a very, very fast charging and probably slightly angry at himself, Hamish Gallagher. I don't know if Hamish actually can get angry, but he might possibly be slightly angry at himself with that pit stop mess up. But he is going to be trying his best to get that position back, and he will be absolutely charging his way through.
Yeah, definitely. So we've got the casting couch himself in chat, Davey Douglas, commenting on Hamish having a Barry Crocker. Also, Wes Pearson, he'll sort out J. Russ. And Little Bones Jones will go for it every day of the week. Yes, he will. He will not leave any questions left unasked. But Jaden Russell, second and a half over the field. Another 8/10 back to from Meiklemore to Jones. You can see them all on field. That on camera right now on field, man. That's literally how much it is. So there's one car that's stuck in there. Just quickly want to shout out lockedonlads.com/charity, raising money for Cure Cancer, the first night of the 5 nights of streaming days. We're also going to the Spa 24-hour this weekend, so keep an eye out. We've got a team entering that. I will be one of the drivers. We will stream it the whole race. So we are aiming to make $1,500. If you want to go and help us out right now, go over to lockedonlads.com/charity. They are bringing you tonight's action. Raising money for Cure Cancer, donate straight to them, so we don't even have to worry about it. You can see Meiklemore there trying to get as much of a speed advantage as he can as he's lapping the 81 car there of Brenton. Gets a little bit of edge as he kicks on. Lockie's in chat, like Norman for a top 5 at least. Looks like Storman has pace tonight. He does, and he was fastest on track there for qualifying for a little bit. Qualified really well. I was really impressed with him as he comes around there. Sitting in 6th at the moment. He's got some big names in front of him, but he showed before he has the long run pace. We've got 25 laps to go. Look for him getting that time back as we get further down the field. Just at the moment, he's 6.6 seconds off the lead right now and closing that gap fast. What's happening? Jaden Russell. At the moment, he's lost half a second here, Carl. What's happened here? Josh Meiklemore has gained half a second on him in this last lap. I don't know.
Purely the pace advantage on those tyres. I think
Drop off.
the pace. He's pushed a little bit too hard, maybe. There's nothing else from it. He's scrubbing the tyres a little bit through the corners. I can hear there's a little bit more tyre screech coming from J. Russ than some of the other cars. So I reckon he's got a little bit too much heat in the tyres, and it's starting to cost him a little bit. So last time round, J. Russ was a 40.075. Josh Meiklemore was 39.83, and that's where that advantage is coming from. So Meiklemore is now in the draft. He is in a really nice spot to catch up.
Davey Douglas, I don't know what race you're watching right now. Michael Schroeder's been out of the race for 38 laps, but he's not in a good pace for a top 10. I don't know what you're talking about, but anyway.
Wait, did I say that?
What's that?
Did I say that?
No, Davey Douglas is in chat.
Okay.
He reckons Schroeder's in for a good got top 10. He's got good pace. He's been out for 38 laps.
I have to be careful because I could have said it.
No, you didn't say nothing wrong. It's all good.
Matty Hunter coming in for his second stop. So he has come in for his second stop. So Matty Hunter doing a 2-stop strategy run.
I'm glad you take it the way it is, Davey. You're a legend. Is this going to help him at all? Is it just the wrong strategy? I think it's just the wrong strategy.
With the damage on his car, I think that's the best strategy he can do at the moment. It's just going to keep some speed in the car. He has got some people to race as well. He is racing against a few people out there still. And I think that's probably the best that he can manage because he's going to be losing time with that damage to the front. So probably the best option. But meanwhile, we've got a race up the front because Russell has got all kinds of pressure from the 31 of Josh Meiklemore of Mitch Motorsport.
Let's see how long it takes them to clear each other this time. It took them about 7 or 8 laps last time. I think, though, the pace difference right now should be able to see Josh make this done within a lap. And there he goes. He clears him and pulls up. Can he make it stick now? Davey's got a rule, never 2-stop a 1-stop race.
I Look, I'm all for two-stop in a one-stop race. That's been my strategy for my whole career.
As Jaden
And it
Russell
worked out
kicks
perfectly.
back and he gets down low. That's your strategy. It's good strategy.
Yeah, it's paid off so well so far. Look behind him though at all the cars catching up because Ryan Jones is only 1.1 seconds off. Stevie Dub 1.9, Hamish Gallagher 2.6. They are catching up at a vast rate of knots on the
That's the
on.
camera angle I was looking at before. Now it works. I didn't change anything. We had a roof cam on Sunday night by pressing nose cam. It just randomly decides to do it. I don't know what's going on, Carl. And if I do this, oh no, gearbox is still gearbox. We had a wing cam the other night. It was weird.
Depends on my camera pack.
No, I didn't like. Yeah, it's weird. Don't worry, I'll explain it later.
Yeah.
It's I uploaded a camera pack. Well, it should be like this every time I press nose, but randomly sometimes. So if I go,
some cars will be different though, depending on the make. That's what it is.
That's what it is. Okay, so we've gone forward here. That's a nose.
Yeah,
and that's a nose.
So
but Jones, okay.
On the Supra, it will be on there, but with the Camry and the Chevy, so the Chevys and the Fords even.
See though, we're on top of Jones's car here. You can physically see this gap shrinking, can't you?
You can. It is absolutely closing in, and all of the top 5 cars are within striking distance of each other. One single mistake, and they will absolutely pounce on anybody.
You can see there the difference. You can see Hamish slowly starting to come back. He's only 2.2 seconds off the lead. The field is well spread out right now. But Hamish is only just behind Stevie Dub, who's just behind Ryan Jones. It's all coming together. Look at him. So close. And who we said, Norman Clark, I said was about 6.5 seconds off the lead before. 5.8 now. These guys have pace and they're coming hard at these two at the front, although Josh is in front of Jaden. He's cleared Jaden now, got a couple lengths on him. You can see how close Ryan Jones is now. They've all come back together, but Micklemore's in a very good position here. I think you'd agree, Carl. He's got the lead, he's got the fresh tyres, and he's got the ability to run away with this.
He has, but it's now you put the commentator's curse on him. He's going to hit a giant.
I've got a commentator. I can't do that. We've proven this many a time before. That's we're up to lap 58 of 75. Can I ask a question to anyone watching? Does it look smoother, better at all on this new PC? Is it worth all the time and hassle that I've gone into this? I hope.
I'm going to say no, just to bother you, that's all.
As we see Matty Hunter then take Brett Campbell to get up to 16th after with his two-stop strategy.
Matty Hunter's also got past Noddy as well, so it's working out quite well for Matty Hunter. He's not far off Brenton Henderson as well. So he is catching up to Henderson, who is the last car a lap down at the moment. So the two-stop strategy is actually working for Matty Hunter. As I said, with the damage on his car, with the position that he was sort of, taking that big lump out the car, he was going to be doomed to finish lower than most people. But taking that slight risk with the two-stop strategy has paid off for him, and I think it's gonna get him a better position than he would have got if he'd stuck to the same strategy as everybody else.
Yeah, that's fair. Like I said, it's not going to win him the race, but
well, I mean,
that's not what he's after tonight, is it?
Yeah, I mean, now you've said that, he's going to win the race. So
I've seen weirder things. We have definitely seen weirder things happen.
We have indeed. But meanwhile, up the front, it is Micklemore, Russell, Jones, Williams, Gallagher, Clark, Phelps, Raymond, Patton and Georgeson in the top 10. Matty Ray doing the usual thing. He's just moved up just past Ruben Phelps. Matty Ray getting the move done there side by side as they come through the final set of corners. Very close racing between Phelps and Raymond at the moment. And you can see just behind him is Patton as well. Is that Patton just dropped out of position? It is, yeah, Patton's dropped down. So Patton's dropped down out of position as well. So Raymond's managed to take them both in a lap. So Matty Ray doing a great job here getting past those drivers, and then you can see Matty Hunter just skimming his way along there underneath on those fresh tyres. But as always, the mobile brake mechanical repairs SRM machine of Matty Ray. He's worked his way nicely through the field and up 11 positions at the moment. And a good night for his team as well. As they've got most of their cars. We've got a caution out. We've got the caution flag out.
You didn't tell me about this. Billy Hickey's going slow. He's also going the wrong way and reversing. This is not good for him.
That was a commentator's curse if I've ever seen one, talking about his team having a good run. He was up in P11, and yeah.
Let's have a look. He's going around here. Let's have a look on board. There's got to be...
So, he's just had a big snap. Yeah, so, when you get on board, he has a big snap in the 87, and that has really, really had a big effect. And this is going to change the race.
The whole race. We've gone 62 laps without a caution. And now it all happens. This is who does 2 tyres, who does 4 tyres. Let's get on to pit lane and find out what's going on. Who does no tyres? Who just goes tracks position?
I think you might see possibly somebody like Ruben Phelps might take a 2 tyre option. If anybody does. But pretty much everybody in the top, I'd say top 6 need to take 2 tyres. They take 4 tyres. They can't afford to just take 2. We've got 12 laps remaining, so we've got a fair amount of time in this race, and overtaking is not a real problem tonight. So I think 4 tyres is your best option. But if you're down sort of in the lower levels of the field, sort of down in 8th onwards, it might be worth rolling the dice on a 2 tyre strategy, just in case we get another.
If you're going to... Yeah, I was going to say, if cautions breed cautions, you want track position as much as you can right now. So, yes, if you're at the back, do whatever you can to get up the front, because we know what happens here. Here we go. Look at them all go in. One say, no, we got a fake. Well, we've got a couple cars staying out. Let's go to pit lane and keep an eye on them. Matty Hunter is one of those ones that stayed out. He's a lap down. That won't help. Noddy Tompkins is the other one that's a lap down, I think, that stayed out.
Yeah. So it's only cars that are lap down that stayed out. So they are going to get the... Brendan Henderson will get the wave round. Matty Hunter will probably stick it out so he can get on the lead, because he's got fresh tyres, remember. So Matty Hunter, he only stopped about 11 laps ago. So this is actually going to work in favour of his strategy a little bit.
Who's doing it? Who's doing 2 tyres? No one at this stage. No one. Everyone's doing the full 4 tyres. You see there, Hamish really locking up. Jaden Russell's lost big time out of that. Jaden Russell's down to 5th. It was transit time. 2 seconds slower than everyone else on the pit lane. Ryan Jones up to 2nd. Josh Mickelmore 1st. Stevie Dubb in 3rd. Hamish Gallagher 4th. Norman Clark 6th. Whew.
J. Russ missed his pit stall. So again, he overshot his box by a couple of millimeters and just had to slam it into reverse, and that is why he lost all of that time. So same thing as what happened to Hamish Gallagher earlier on.
That is crazy. You talk about a race of seconds and small mistakes, and you know, every little thing counts. You got to get everything right to win a Thunder race. It's around Michigan or around any track really. You do one little small error and all of a sudden you have the world against you. We know Jaden Russell's got the speed, but he's got Hamish Gallagher, Stevie Dubb, Ryan Jones and Josh Mickelmore ahead of him now, which he didn't have all race. This is going to be huge.
Yeah, this is really going to affect, and Russell's going to have to fight his way through there. This has worked out perfectly for Jones.
Yes.
He is sitting in a nice spot at the moment. He could actually steal away this victory, but it looks like Mickelmore has had some great pace. This has been a good result for Hamish Gallagher because he was not closing the gap. He was struggling to close that gap up at the front, so he's managed to close up the gap and get up to the front now. This is good news for somebody like Henderson, who has got nice fresh tyres now. He's on the back of this train. He's now on the lead lap. Matty Hunter, as I said, he's going to have some... His tyres are 11 laps old, but at least he'll be on the lead lap. So, you know...
Thompson's going to pit lane then was hilarious from the starter cam. He was all kinds of sideways. as he battles to not only get his lap back but also get a pit stop done in the last little lap around. He needs to hurry to get back on the back of this crew, but that was gold. Sorry.
He needs to get out quickly because the rest of the field's coming round now. So he's obviously got back on the league lap, but the trouble is the pack's coming round now, so he needs to get this done as quick as possible. It's the pit stop of a lifetime. You need to get done right now.
He's only just exiting now. We're in 4. We're about to restart. It's not going to help him at all. Here we go. Let's have a look at the chopper. As these guys go to restart, Jones just give him a half a car length here. And they're in the zone. Josh jumps. Ryan does not go with him. None of the others do. Josh has got a great start. You can see Hamish behind there, just sticking with Jones. He's going to try and go with him or try and get Jones around the outside to go around the outside of Stevie Dubb. But Stevie Dubb's holding on, takes second. As Jaden Russell just sits in behind Hamish Gallagher. Norman Clark's doing a great job just ahead of Matty Raymond, who's charged through the field yet again tonight, doing a great job. We know both of those guys are up in the championship as well, but what a jump by Josh Mickelmore. This is exactly what he needs, and this is what he's got to keep doing to win this race. Stevie Dubb's doing everything he can to keep his podium spot, but Hamish, look at him all over the back of Jones here as Jaden Russell tries around to go high around the outside here, and Matty Raymond pushing his way up to try and sneak a little top 5 out of this race. This is anyone's game, but Hamish is doing what Josh was doing before and holding Jaden Russell to the high line and not letting him down. This could hurt these guys. We've got
8.5 laps to go. Remaining. Hamish was right on the apron, and that cost him a little bit of time, and you can see he's just dropped back behind J. Russ now. He's going to try a different approach for the attack, but Stevie Dubb doing a beautiful job on that restart now, and he is absolutely all over the back of Mickelmore. He is just keeping ahead of Jones at the moment. Great job from Josh Mickelmore to get that start, but Stevie Dubb is now on the attack. Watch out for Stevie Dubb. He is going to be looking for a race win. He doesn't have the championship to think about at the moment as much, so he is very much going to be wanting that race win. He's currently sitting 8th in the championship, so a win tonight will be very, very handy for him for maybe a top 5 in the championship finish as he gets underneath Josh Mickelmore, gets into the lead in the DPR machine, and just holds that low line for the moment. Stevie Dubb, will he manage to get the run? It's side by side with himself and Josh Mickelmore, 2 veterans of the ANZCAR series.
These 2 coming up behind though. Ryan Jones is all over him. So is Jaden Russell. They're going to hold these guys up now.
Will Jones think about trying to get in the middle of these 2? He had a little bit of a thought about it. J. Russ might think of the same, as they're thinking about maybe going 3 wide. 6.5 laps remain, and this is the time to do it.
Top 5 covered by barely anything at all. This is fascinating. There's probably heaps of stuff going on back down the field here, but this is for the podium. We've got 5 cars covered by nothing. Matty Raymond will soon be in this. Norman Clark will soon be in this. This is the front 2. Once again, are covered by less than a 100th of a second. As Jaden Russell picks his line that he wants to do, gets in front of Ryan Jones, gets the run through in between the 2, which is what Ryan Jones looked at before. They're all 3 wide.
3 wide. I don't know if there was contact there.
It was very close, didn't it?
It was very close. The car got loose. As J. Russ gets a beautiful run now. J. Russ gets the run into the lead of the race as Brad Fenley gets up into the wall. He manages to hold the car though. It's now J. Russ in the lead of this race with Mickelmore behind him.
It is fascinating. There we go. 5 to go. And Mickelmore and Jaden Russell here. It's what it's been all race. We've had the caution, which has brought everyone back into it, but this is what it's been all race. These 2 battling it out for the lead. It is good to see that Jaden Russell could get back up there, but what has he done to his tyres to do that? What price has he paid to get in this position? Will it hurt him in 4 laps' time with a lap to go? Matty Ray has some speed here. Matty Ray puts it down the inside of Ryan Jones here as they go 3 wide behind. And Ryan Jones may end up yielding here to Matty Ray behind. Hamish Gallagher gets caught up in all of this and can't go anywhere behind Ryan Jones. And Norman Clark is going to push his way through here with Nigel Patton in the back of this group of 8.
A little bit of wheel-to-wheel, door-to-door contact between Russell and Mickelmore there. They absolutely are going for it tooth and nail. There was a bit of contact a bit further down the field between Georgeson and Phelps as well. Georgeson dropped a few positions, but the battle is here up the front for the win of this race tonight at Michigan for the ANZCAR Thunder race here, as Ryan Jones looks to go down Hamish Gallagher looks to go down the inside of Ryan Jones as well for that battle for third position. That's not over. The battle for the lead, though, is currently between Micklemore and Russell. Micklemore has got the run at the moment. He's in the lead as we've got 3 laps remaining. It is so close here now. Nothing between these guys at all.
No, and I can't even call anything. Even these front two get into it. As Ryan Jones just gets a slight overlap on Stevie Dub, anything could have happened there. But Stevie Dub comes up just in time to cover him off. Ryan Jones has the pace here. But Hamish is looking to do anything he can to get in front of all these guys. There is so much to play for here. These guys finish in this position. Doesn't do much to championship. Anyone gets tangled up here, big ramifications. 3 laps to go. Everything to play for right now. Ryan Jones slots in between Stevie Dub and Hamish Gallagher. Gets the overlap on Stevie Dub. Can he make this work? I'm not sure if he can just yet. These guys are doing a great job. He does dive down low into turn 1. Now he's got to try and make this stick and hold so he can keep this podium and maybe even battle for this lead. Jaden Russell can't quite get it done at the moment, but he's got the high line. Stevie Dub's trying to come back here at Ryan Jones. Hamish Gallagher's watching and waiting for something to happen here. Ryan Jones has the high line, the preferred high line. Can he come out of this and get on the back of Jaden Russell as Micklemore gets the lead significantly now? There's a 2-car length. Or there's a car length, but 2 car lengths between them as Ryan Jones just holds on with the high line going to 1 for the final lap. What can Josh Micklemore do? What can Jaden Russell do? What can any of these guys do? It is absolutely Josh's race to lose here. Ryan Jones and Stevie Dub have got everything to play for the podium. Hamish Gallagher is... Oh, he can't do it. Matty Raymond, though, you can see him just wanting to get that final spot. Gets the overlap on Hamish Gallagher. Could steal this 5th in this last lap. But Josh Micklemore has this race sewn up right now. Jaden Russell will get 2nd. The fight for 3rd is so close. And they hit. Ryan Jones gets it, but they do hit. No positions change. Very good driving by all, but well done to Josh Micklemore, battling a caution, late caution, battling an undercut and all kinds of stuff. Gets across this line first to Jaden Russell 2nd. Ryan Jones does his championship no harm by coming 3rd. Stevie Dub the same. Matty Raymond 5th. Hamish Gallagher, unfortunately, down to 6th there in a very strong, very tight finish. Less than a 2nd off the lead there. 1.04 seconds off the lead is Nigel Patton in 7th. Norman Clark, 1.1 seconds off the lead in 8th position. Ruben Phelps then 9th. Maxi Marshall 10th. Great drive from him. Tristan Cock in 11th. Luke Georgeson in 12th. Brad Fenley in 13th. Brendan Henderson in 14th. Matty Hunter in 15th. Brett Campbell 16th. Wesley Closey is 17th. Billy Hickey 18th. Noddy Tompkins 19th. And then the rest were retirees early on as we see Micklemore celebrate another win. That is, he's had a couple wins in Thunder, or is this his first win in Thunder this season? Now I'm confused. But he celebrates with some great donuts on the line at Michigan here.
Josh has had he's got the 1 win in the Thunder series. He had it back at Charlotte.
There you go.
So yeah, he's all but Danny G of the Mitch Motorsport team for taking victories in the Thunder series, and all but Hamish Gallagher have taken wins in the Cup series now. So Hamish Gallagher not running the Cup this year though. So Mitch Motorsport getting all of their drivers in the series that they're running wins this season, which has been a great job. Fantastic work from that team. They are still the team to beat in ANZCAR. Ruben Phelps had a big moment as he got across the line. He ended up going back to his home planet. So Ruben Phelps is back to his home planet, but hopefully he will come back to join us. Great run for Ryan Jones there as well. He managed to do what he needed to do, and that was finish ahead of his championship rival, Hamish Gallagher. Josh Micklemore, of course, this is going to help his championship. He managed to get that space ahead of Jones, but Matty Ray taking that 5th position, the end of the race pushed Gallagher down to 6th. That is really going to help the final race of the championship at Watkins Glen. That is going to change things up. And of course, it is at Watkins Glen, so we're at a road course next time. So the 80 at the Glen, and that is really an even playing field for all of these drivers because they're sort of we call them road course specialists. None of these three are sort of the
No.
you'd like to say the real road course aces. They are very, very. They're still very strong on the road courses. Don't expect them to be finishing way down the points, but I think it's going to be a big equaliser because they're all going to be pretty close to each other on the road course. So it's going to be fascinating to see who gets the championship win. Of course, Andrew Dyson was sitting second in the championship in coming into this race, but he will fall down a fair bit by not competing tonight. So he's obviously a road course specialist. So if he turns up next week, he could well get a good championship finish. But I think the championship fight is well on for next race.
Yes, definitely is. Now I'm going to bring up the man, the myth, the legend that is Ryan Jones, who got third position tonight, did his championship no harm. Congratulations on third place, Ryan Jones. Tell us about how that race went.
Yeah, look, happy just to be in the top 5 for that one. 2 mile tracks, I still very much suck at saving tyres. So I was pretty abysmal about halfway through the run. So yeah, pretty lucky tonight. P3 again, but I don't think that championship's coming this time.
Mate, you've done everything you needed to tonight. Like, was it how much in the back of your mind is a championship at this late stage of the season in a race like this?
Oh, it's definitely there. I mean, I let Josh beat me, so now Josh is ahead of me on points as well as Hamish. So I didn't do everything. But, just being on the championship fight, I think it is good. I haven't actually been in a championship fight before, so, baby steps.
Yeah, we both commented at the start, or at multiple times during this race, you're racing very differently this season to what you've raced ever before. I think that feels accurate, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I'm not sure. The championship results certainly show a good picture, but in terms of individual race results, I'm not sure if I'm actually finishing any better.
Have you put in any significant effort to change the style for this season in particular, or is it just something that's naturally happened over time?
It wasn't anything I did. It just happened. I was like, huh, that's nice. And then I decided to do the full championship, which, again, I haven't done a full season. So,
So, take us through that last corner going across the start-finish line, you and Stevie Dub. What happened?
Oh, just racing to the line. Got the run off the top on the exit, and was making sure I didn't give up any extra time by being up top because, that can cost you half a millitenth, and that could be the difference across the line. So I just came down, tried to crowd him, and a little bit of contact. As I think he drifted up, I drifted down. Not sure why he tried to turn me after the line, but maybe he was still catching the car. It's all good.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. So, how much practice have you been putting into the Thunder series at the moment?
Well, normally nothing. I jump into the session and that's it. Tonight I did a bit of testing just to try out my tyre wear because I knew that was going to be an issue on the big 2 miler. And next week I'll do a lot of laps as well because I feel like I'm better than Josh and Hamish on a road course if I put the miles in practice. And I love Watkins Glen, so do what I can there. And without wishing any ill intent, hope they both have shockers because I think I need to beat them both by a dozen places.
I'm sure anything can happen going forward. Carl, have you got any final questions for Ryan Jones?
Oh no, look, it was just mainly the Watkins Glen. How are you feeling about that? And you've already answered that one, so congratulations on tonight. And look, keep that championship battle alive, and anything can happen in that final race. And look, hopefully after the Glen, we'll be speaking to you at the top of the seat, and you get your first win this season.
Hey! I won Atlanta.
Oh yeah,
still
sorry.
claiming that.
Yeah, still claiming it. Yeah, but
if no one sees the race win, is it really? No, you did well. You got a win. We didn't get to talk. We talked to you after that anyway, didn't we? So it's fine. It's a win. It's a win.
Points.
Yeah.
The points came in. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Um,
No, good luck next time out, and hopefully we'll see you back in the booth.
Cheers.
who do you want to thank? Ryan Jones thanks us mainly, and then mainly us. Yes, and he wants to donate, and he'd ask everyone else to donate to Cure Cancer. That'd be great. Thank you, everyone. Let's go to the second place. Jaden Russell, who had it all to do in those last handful of laps, mate. What were you thinking when you came out of that pit stall with six or seven laps to go in sixth place?
Yeah, not good. That was the second time the night I'd blown past me pit box. So I was really trying to get the jump on Josh through the pit, and it just didn't happen. I messed myself up with it, but I was lucky to get a good run. I just waited and picked the time to get past them all and took the lead there from Josh for a very brief amount of time.
I want to take you back to the first stint, the about lap 30, 28, 27. I know there was about 10 laps where you and Josh Mickle were side by side constantly. What was that like racing next to him for that long?
We were loving it. It was just good fun. We could I was happy to run up the top saving tyres there, and he was happy to run at the bottom saving tyres, so we were just having fun with it. It was good. Track was really good to race on the night, and it was good to race beside Josh. Like, you knew racing beside him, he's not going to wreck you or try anything stupid, so it's good.
Now, you haven't had the most consistent season as far as you haven't been here. You've had some really good results. Are you wondering what would have happened if you had been able to turn up to every race at this stage of the season?
If I turned up every race, I'd probably be in the same spot because a lot of road courses this season, so I'm no good with that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's sort of one of them things. I took a step back this season mainly because of that, and I had some other things on, so I can't be too disappointed with the results I've had from when I have been here.
Are you going to go back and do some pit lane practice now? Is that the focus for going forward?
Well, I don't like doing race practice, let alone pit practice, so I might leave that one for a bit.
Okay, cool. Take us through the race. Like, what was the highlights? What was the big things that stood out for you during the race tonight?
Yeah, obviously just racing with Josh, and Hamish was sitting there with a good view watching us, saving his tires, hoping the pounds, but yeah, it never happened for him. Yeah, it was just good. Everything was good tonight. Everyone raced well. There was, what do we have, 2 yellows? 1 yellow?
One yellow.
So, 1 yellow. Yeah, it was good. I think across the board everyone would have been pretty happy with that tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Was there any thought, you did the undercut for the pit strategy? You went in a little bit earlier than both Mickelmore and Gallagher. Was that the plan from the start if you did go green, or there was no plan?
That was what I was going for. I knew it was from racing side by side with Josh. I knew it was really hard to pass because none of us could get. I was good out of turn 2. He was good out of turn 4. We couldn't get a good run on each other, so I was hoping that track position would help me. I could get away from him, which might have happened if I didn't miss my pit stall. But at the end of the day, it all got eliminated by that yellow, which I'm glad happened because that was a really good run in the end.
Yeah, well, that's it. So after running a whole race green, what goes through your mind when you get that yellow? Are you secretly cool, let's just get some time to relax, or are you a little bit frustrated that you get a yellow so late in the race?
Oh, it's always good and bad having a yellow that late. Sometimes it works in your favour, sometimes it doesn't. That one was pretty neutral. Like, I was sitting in second either way until obviously missing me pit bay, but it was, end of the day, it was really good to have that race at the end there. Everyone fought cleanly. It was, yeah, really cool.
I want to go now to my assistant, Carl, number one voice. Any questions for Jaden before we wrap it up?
Obviously, I think Wilco pretty much said everything in that one. Just that side-by-side action, though, like, how much concentration does it take to race side-by-side here at Michigan, you know, like that lap after lap after lap in a green stint?
Yeah, I was hanging onto the wheel pretty hard just for the main part. I didn't want to wreck Josh because I know he's in this for the points and that as well. I'm not, so I don't want to be the one that comes in and ruins that for him. Yeah, it was just cool. You come down the straight and he's on the mic laughing, and yeah, everyone was loving it. It was just good fun. So
definitely gave us some good entertainment. Gave the viewers some good watching as well. I hope you enjoyed watching that one back.
Yeah, no, I'll go and have a look at it shortly. But yeah, I'm sure that was good to watch.
So, Jaden, congratulations, mate, on second, another stellar performance this season. Who do you want to thank and who do you want to shout out?
obviously just thanks to you guys putting on the stream tonight. Everyone that turned up and raced, obviously Josh putting on a good race there, good viewing. Everyone that helps out the series.
Excellent. Well, will we see you next week and the week after? Is there 2 rounds left or 1 round, Carl?
One round to go from what I know.
So, yeah,
At Watkins next week.
turning up next week?
I'll hope to turn up to that one.
Okay.
I'm not very good at road courses, but that one I've got a soft spot for, so I'm hoping to race that.
Excellent. Well, we'll hopefully talk to you or see you next week, and congratulations on tonight again.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
That brings us to the race winner, Josh Micklemore. What a race that was. Take us through what happened there, Josh.
Oh man, that was intense.
Have you got like knuckles, hard and fingernails in your steering wheel or what?
Oh, no, it's not too bad. But yeah, man, that was killer racing with J Russ tonight, like side by side for laps after laps, and yeah, it was actually really killer. Probably one of the best races I've had, or most fun I've had in a race in a long time. A lot of respect there.
Take us through that early section, the lap 20 odd. We were talking to J Russ about it. The 10 odd laps that you guys were side by side, not even going to give anyone an inch. How were you? I hear you were laughing most of the time through that, were you?
Yeah, we're actually, because I've got him on Discord. We usually have those boys on Discord with us. We're racing sometimes, and we're sort of just having a bit of fun with each other and just having a few laughs. And it was actually sort of like, instead of being like super serious, we'll have a bit of fun, but it was actually really cool. I don't know. It was just killer. A lot of respect there for J-Russ. So.
At any point during that section, do you think maybe I should just pull back or maybe I should make sure I get ahead and go back into line? Or is it just obviously you're having fun tonight, so obviously it probably wasn't on your mind, that part?
We were sort of talking and having fun while we were doing it, sort of thing. But at the same time, I was looking at where his car, what my car was. I sort of knew what I had to do, I think me having the bottom line was more beneficial than being on the top for me tonight. He'd rather the top line, I think, tonight. But I'd rather the bottom lane, and it sort of worked out for me. And I sort of worked out, as long as I can try and keep the car down there. And I was listening to his revs in his car the whole time as well to see when he was getting out of the throttle and that, because we're that close, I could hear this whole car as well. And I was sort of gauging that as well as, mucking around sort of thing on the radio. But yeah, no, it's good fun, man. It's good fun.
I asked J Russ the same question, but you've raced the whole race. You do like 60 odd laps in green. I think it was 62 laps green of 75. You get a yellow at the end of the race like that. What goes through your mind at that stage?
Yeah, as soon as I see it, I'm like, oh, bloody hell. Because we don't really want to see him, to be honest with you, especially when we're working on a long-run car. But, it's just like, you see it and it's like, we're going to do it all again now. It's going to be a bloody sprint race. But, it's all fun in the end. It's a sprint race. It brings a few of the other guys that are in the top 5 up and then have a race at the end. So that it's good to watch back on the broadcast as well.
It was one to watch. I couldn't stop. I couldn't take my eyes off it anyway. Those last 5 laps, at what stage did you feel fairly confident that you had it in the bag?
Probably the last 2 laps, to be honest with you, when I actually cleared him. Before that, I could see what he was trying to do. He was trying to get underneath me, I think, coming out of 4, and I wasn't having a bar of it. I was just keeping my line down low, and he could have done some, a lot more aggressive stuff. But I know how he races with me, and we race each other clean, and I'll race him like he races me. So he does the same. So there's a lot of respect there in the racing, and it definitely showed tonight. So it was good fun.
Okay, so the big question is, we've been talking pretty heavily. Championship gets decided next week at the Glen. What were you thinking going in tonight? Obviously, you've done yourself the best situation you possibly can to go into next week with the best chance you've got. But what was on your mind tonight going in about the championship?
wasn't even thinking about it, to be honest with you.
Oh,
Wasn't
come
even,
on.
no, I actually wasn't. Like Hamish came on the grid when we were gridding up. Hamish said, "We can't drop this race tonight." I'm like, I'm not too fussed about that, mate. I'll just race it, and that's how I thought. To be honest with you, completely honest with you, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just out there having fun and having a race with the boys, just making another race. Like I said the other week, just another race, man. And we'll see how we go next week. Well, I think we're 7 points behind Hamish now after tonight. So, and we're at a road course next week, so the odds are against me, but anything could happen.
Big question for next week is: Are
Yeah.
you breaking Rubber Ducky out of the session for Watkins Glen?
Maybe we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we'll see. Watkins, I'm not too bad at that. Obviously, I'm not the best at road courses, but Watkins Glen is probably one of my better ones out of the lot. So we'll see how we go. We'll give him a run for his money and do some laps during the week as well. So we'll see what happens and see where we end up.
Excellent. So, look, good luck with next week and well done on tonight. But who do you want to thank and who do you want to shout out?
Yeah, just thanks to J Russ tonight for a killer, fun, clean race tonight, man. It was killer racing. And also the Mitch Motorsport boys had a good week so far. I think we won trucks on Monday night, so well done, Hamish, as well for that. And of course, our sponsors, of course, Affinity Constructions Australia and Mad As Designs, ANZCAR, and you boys at Locked On Lads and Carl for broadcasting.
Yeah, thank you, Carl, for jumping in and saving my life. But congratulations, Josh Mickelmore. Best of luck next week for the battle for the championship, and I'm sure we'll talk to you again fairly soon.
No worries. Cheers, boys.
Ooh, so, Carl.
Absolute stunning race there. As always, I mean, never fails to disappoint the Thunder Series. And next week at Watkins Glen, it's going to be a nail biter. As I said, we've got 3 drivers that are, they're not bad on road courses. These boys are, they're still quick on a road course, but it's not their favoured thing. And these cars are not particularly suited to the road courses either. So it'll be interesting to see how that one goes. So exciting stuff coming up, and of course exciting stuff coming up on the channel as well.
Yeah, there is. So like I said, we've got a massive week, or not, a massive few nights ahead of us on Locked On Lads on all the channels. So Locked On Lads TV on YouTube, Locked On Lads on Facebook, Locked On Lads on Twitch. Cure Cancer's the charity this time at Spa. 24 hour is the race. We are an 8 a.m. session on Saturday morning. We'd love to get anyone who can to get out, and obviously there's many ways you can show your support. You can share our links, share all that kind of stuff, just watching along, all that kind of stuff. But we do ask if you've got any spare coins or spare money that you can swing towards Cure Cancer. If you can do that through our charity drive, that would be amazing. Tomorrow night, it does say V8 Vets on there. I have changed it because I've just had no practice for Spa. It's a 24-hour race. I don't want to let the team down. So tomorrow night, I'm dedicating to practice. But I will be streaming that. Friday night, we've got another practice session with the team. And then Saturday morning, 8 a.m. session. So I think there's like an hour practice, and then there's some qualifying and stuff like that. Race kicks off about 9:40 a.m. Eastern time. And then we're racing for 24 hours if, fingers crossed, our car can hold out. But the team, all the boys have done a really big effort to get this car going well and be in the best position. We're actually, a lot of these guys are pretty fast at the moment. So not me, but the rest of the team is. So I'll just be there to basically count some laps down and give the boys a rest and just try and keep it clean for 60 odd laps.
Remember, the most important thing is don't lift through Radion or Eau Rouge. Just go flat out through there and you'll be absolutely fine.
100% will be lifting whenever I can. I can tell you that right now, because my car is quicker if it's on the track than it is on its roof. I can guarantee you. And I've put it on its roof many a times in practice, and I don't want
There's
to
a
do the
beautiful
race.
little river that runs underneath there. If you can end up there, you can have a picnic by it. It will be fine.
No, not at all. We will be rounding it out too with the Australasia Supercars E-Series broadcast on Sunday night, the final push to get us across the line for that charity goal. So we do expect to do maths in top of my head, 3, 24, 12, 48, 50, no, 60, 72. We do expect to do about 650 to 700 laps in this race. That's just quick math off the top of my head. So look, anything you can do to help cure cancer. It's a charity that's fairly close to me. Not only do I have a friend that is running it or high up in it at the moment, but cancer's obviously hit close to home for many people, but I've had a few cases of it that unfortunately we've had to bury a few people just recently. So yeah, look, I want to help out as best I can because this is something fairly special for everyone. So but look, that's me waffling on. Let's wrap up tonight. Hopefully the broadcast came across fairly well with the new computer, new PC. Looked all pretty good. The main thing is I've got room to spare on my end right now. The computer's only running about 50%, rather before it was running at 100%, and yeah, basically stuttering every now and then. So this is to grow for the future. So we'll get some stuff out there about that in the future. But thank you everyone who joined us tonight. Thank you, Carl, for jumping in and saving my life. We will hopefully hear your voice again soon, and hopefully you're feeling a lot better at some stage in the future, mate.
Always a pleasure, and we look forward to seeing you all again soon. Remember to hit that subscribe button and the like button. It really helps the channel. But we will see you all again soon, and as always, big thank you to Wilco for all the effort he's put in.
I've done nothing, but thank you, Carl. Have a good night all, and we'll hopefully see you all tomorrow.